Hey gang, Sarah here. I am here to plan week 31 with all of you. And I just kind of want to set the context of where I am right now going into this plan with me, just to give you guys a little bit of like flavor of the chaos and how I'm managing the chaos and all the things in life and how I use my productivity to manage it. So I just want to give you a little bit of context as much as I can anyhow. All right, so a little bit just the overall feel of week 30 that we're in right now, and I'm planning week 31 of 2024. Right now I'm feeling a little bit behind, I could say a little bit behind. The week didn't go according to plan. But so like going into this plan with me, I was like, ugh, I just feel like I have so much to do. And I know it's a feeling, like I want to really understand, like what the heck am I spending my time on? Not so much of a time management, but more of like a feel management, if you will. So this week, week 30, did not really go according to plan. I didn't get as much as I wanted done, but not because I didn't try. It's because I actually made a mistake on something I was working on, and I'm like, I spent like 2 days on this, and I was like, oh, and I realized 15 minutes before the meeting that it was not right, and I have to redo it all. So like I'm 2 days behind. So obviously explainable, and I'm a human. I make mistakes. So anyhow, so that made me feel like I was just spinning my wheels, but I just made a mistake, so I need to just forgive myself there. Kind of the healthcare version of Sarah, right? So we have all these different areas of life, and I really love Orange Theory Fitness, but honestly, I have not been able to make it there. It's actually a little far from my house, so it gives me kind of a commute to it. It's not like it's in the same town as mine. So anyhow, I think I'm going to have to pivot. One, because I'm spending money on it and I'm not able to go. And two, it's just, I know I want to do that, so I'm depending on doing that, but I can't make it work. And then I do nothing. So what I kind of realized that this week, so I'm pivoting a little bit. I did like on Prime Day buy a walking pad, and I've been forcing myself to use that thing. So, and that's actually keeping my step count up, and I have weights downstairs, so I'm going to try to like get some weights in too. So I think I need to pivot that plan a little bit. And then like mom Sarah, my kids are older, and I think I'm just feeling a little bit of empty nest coming up. But we did get to do a family dinner this week. We went out to dinner and we had a blast. Honestly, it was a fun conversation, as it always is with two boys. Friend Sarah, feeling a little disconnected, but I do know that I made plans this coming weekend in a few days to hang out with my sister and some friends. So I'm sure that will reel me back in a little bit. But overall, like my friends are all like in different groups. So I do need to be very intentional about reaching out to that. But I will say from a growth Sarah standpoint, I am feeling good because it feels great to be back into Plan the Grind. I do feel like my productivity system is starting to come back together, and I am finding it very helpful. So that brain dump video, if you didn't watch it, a lot of people did. You guys did seem to like that video. So check out that brain dump, because what I'm finding is that when I'm kind of like bopping around the house, I can like just do things. I like things that reference the list and do things. So I am kind of liking that, but one of the things I do know is I need to get into breaking down some of my projects. I need to put some intention into that. So that's kind of where I'm coming from. Going into week 31, how's it look? And now I'm gonna just kind of walk you through what the week looks like for me. So if you like this kind of thing, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we're gonna get into the plan with me. Thanks. Hey gang. All right, so we're getting into planning mode here, and I'm just sitting here kind of in my Hobonichi cousin, and you just kind of saw the context of my week and what I'm coming into. So I'm just taking from my daily pages some of the things that I got assigned to me or tasks that I acquired in meetings and such, and I'm just putting them in my to-do list because they're like more of like I actually have to think through them and do them. So anyway, so I'm just updating the to-dos here and just adding to this running to-do list that is my life at this point. Now I'm getting into my weekly schedule, and I put this little process map at the bottom, just giving you guys a flow. I don't know, is that helpful? Let me know if that's helpful or not. I don't know. So I have a pretty full week coming up. Like, I think the majority of my week is in meetings this week. So I'm trying to go into the week with the understanding and the expectation that I'm probably not going to get a lot of things done on my to-do list. And also, I'm probably going to come out of a lot of these meetings with additions to my to-do list, right? So that's just the nature of the work. Some of the to-do list is things that I'll probably get, or it's like things that I either delegate or maybe have to do. But anyhow, so the majority of my week is in meetings, like long meetings. These are, I think the majority, like one is like 3 hours, and another one is actually almost the entire day, and then I'm double booked for a multi-hour meeting on top of that. So I have to figure out where I'm actually going to go. And I may end up traveling. I'm not 100% sure. So I literally, it's like a couple of days where I would be getting on a flight, and I'm still not sure if I'm traveling. So a little bit of a hectic week coming up, but it's really the cadence of the month. It's the end of the month. So that's kind of how it just goes. And then a lot of one-on-ones with my team this week. And we actually have, actually I'm just kind of realizing I might be able to cancel my one-on-ones just because they have their mid-year reviews that I'm planning to do this week. And then kind of going into my sidebar, which is what I use to set some targets for the week on where I need to be in the different areas of my life based on the like the projects that I'm working on or the timelines that I have set. And my timelines are not pretty rigid, so I just kind of want to preface that, like I don't have super tough, rigid timelines on a lot of my stuff. I mean, sometimes I get it, but for the most part, everything on my calendar right now has some flexibility to it. And I'm using my mind map to help trigger some just thoughts of the different things in my life. So I'm starting off with like the Sarah, like the things for me this week. And I'm just really looking at the step counts, just baseline things that I want to do. So not so much the workout or the health type goals, but just where I want to be. Want to try to get some journaling in because I'm just loving how my journal is coming together this year. And some of the things I am working on from a friends and family. So depending on if I decide to travel or not, I will probably reach out to some friends that I haven't talked to in a while, just because we're all kind of in the same boat. I'm sure you all know how it is with your friends. And then for work, again, we have the mid-year reviews. I'm trying to actually finish that stupid process map that I messed up on, that I talked about in the introduction to this video. And I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself to get this done because I know that I'm holding up the project team at this point in time, because I'm trying to teach the value of process and value stream mapping, which is total lean tools. So sorry for geeking out there. But anyway, I know that I'm like trying to teach and mentor, so I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself to get that done and make sure it's realistic for them to understand. You should see my hands flying around right now. So anyhow, now I'm just kind of looking into my to-do list and trying to see if there's anything I can future plan, like schedule in. So some of this stuff might have a due date. So I want to try to schedule it in where I need to schedule it in. I do have some routines that sometimes I throw in or not. It's funny, the granularity on my to-do list each day is, it it's a direct reflection on my motivation. So if they're super granular to-dos, that's because I don't have motivation. But when they're really high level, I'm super motivated that day. It's kind of funny. I've learned this about myself a little bit. So anyway, there are some things that, based on what my weekly meetings are, that I'm future planning. And I can't see what they are now, and I don't have my planner with me, but it's like, maybe setting an agenda for the meeting, or some notes, and I'm obviously hopping around. See, that to-do list is triggering thoughts for some of my targets, so that's why I just love this tool so much. So just kind of, again, future planning. Can I schedule anything in? Thinking through it. And then also you'll see me showing you where my OneNote is. In the OneNote, again, this is where, because I'm not using my work bullet journal, I am using OneNote for my notes now. And that is really, I just put the links to the notes page in my OneNote. And that's so helpful, because I find that sometimes when people are using the digital planning, they're like looking all over their planner and it's kind of cumbersome. But because I have this OneNote dashboard of each week, it links to all the pages so I can find it very quickly. And it's very helpful. So again, I know I promised you a OneNote video, and I will totally get that out there, but I have to put it together. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful to you, and let me know if you have questions in the comments. Thanks. Bye.